Hi, I'm Cider Spider, and I'm on a journey to get every available achievement in Final Fantasy XIV. This monumental grind takes countless hours of gameplay over the span of several years, and I'm taking it on 1 week at a time. So, let's get started. Alright, you ding-dongs, we're back in Eureka. I'll explain what we're doing as we go. Avni's up, Avni's always up, but I want to go and get me a piece of that. Alright, so we got our logo actions, and we ride. So this here is the Forbidden Land Eureka Hydatos. It's the final zone of Eureka. As you know, I've been working on my Eureka relics for a long time. We were attempting to finish that grind here and now. This is the place where we've got our maximum elemental level of 60. We've got all 5 Magicite on the board. We've got several trays worth of logo actions available to us. In Hydatos, we cook. And off in the distance, you can see, well, for one, a lot of really interesting scenery and a weird skybox, but more importantly, that right there, the Baldesion Arsenal, the final raid, which closes off the entire piece of content. But I'm not here for that. I'm here for relics. And in order to make relics at the Hydatos stage in Eureka, what you need is crystals. These Hydatos crystals, and a lot of them. It's about 350 per relic, and I have a lot of relics, so I need a lot of crystals. Now, 350 crystals per relic in any other zone wouldn't feel like much at all. But in Hydatos, one thing you'll notice spending time here is that all of the NMs, the notorious monsters, which are the only source of crystals here, all of them drop very small amounts. And so the speed at which you're able to collect these crystals is dramatically slower than it is in any other Eureka zone. And in fact, in order to get the 3,700 that I have here on my person, it has taken dozens of hours. I've been working on this for a month. Let's see if I can get a party. Yeah, there's one. Oh, well, it's company. All right, looks like we're going. Oops, let me turn on my logo action. Also, I'm playing Paladin right now. Normally I do Eureka on Scholar, but my Paladin, incidentally, is also fully geared here. And because of the way the scaling works in Hydatos, it's harder to solo things on Scholar. Tanks are much better when it comes to trying to spawn things alone. And so on some of the off hours, the instances can get a little bit quiet, so I figured I'd play something a little bit more self-sufficient. Granted, with the right logos actions, Scholar can be very soloable here. It's just your DPS isn't generally going to be that high, and so alas, I Paladin. But anyway, this first NM we're doing here, Avni, is one of the only ones that doesn't require intentional spawning. Oh, I'm so screwed. Oh god, close one. This one just spawns on its own like every hour or so because you need to kill it in order to start the Baldesion Arsenal raid. If you get maximum credit on this while also being level 60 in Eureka, it'll give you a buff that allows you to enter the portal getting into the arsenal. And so it's a very reliable source of crystal income since it is consistently up all the time and requires 0 effort. It does very importantly need to be dispelled though. Whenever it casts that attack called Fluorescence, it gains a damage up buff that makes it ridiculously strong, and so if nobody dispels that, it'll start one-shotting people until everybody's dead. Alright, and down it goes. There we are, gold credit, and 10 Hydatos crystals. So yeah, 10 crystals is the maximum you can get from the ordinary NMs here. There's a special NM that spawns when people are clearing the BA raid, right before they get to the absolute virtue fight, and it drops 30 crystals as an incentive for people outside to help with it, because if it doesn't get cleared, then the arsenal raid becomes unclearable. But that one only spawns if people are actually doing the arsenal, which it usually gets done a couple times a day, but not much more than that. So yeah, basically all of the NMs here drop 10 crystals or less, and you need a ton of them. It suck. So let me load up the tracker and see what we're in for. Why are all these jackals so jacked? Alright, looking at the tracker, there's basically only one thing that hasn't been spawned yet, and it's Barong, which requires killing these lions. Oh. Well, there's a party right there. Who would have thunk it? As you probably recall from previous Eureka videos, basically the gameplay loop here is you kill a non-specific amount of particular types of enemies, and once it hits a certain threshold, it spawns a boss, a notorious monster. When you defeat that, you get your rewards. The NMs are on a 2-hour respawn timer every time that they're killed, and so usually you go down the list, spawning and killing every NM in a zone. Once everything's dead, you go back to the beginning and start it all over again. This goes on for several hours if you happen to be farming crystals on the level that I am, and so pretty much my past month here in Eureka has been doing laps around this map, spawning the same bosses over and over again and killing them over and over again. It is mind-numbing. The brightness of my soul has been significantly diminished, and I long for the embrace of death. I grossly underestimated how rough the Hydatos grind would be. I knew it was going to be the longest stage, but man, it is worse than I had anticipated. I'm fortunate to be nearing the end of it, though. Oh my god, it finally spawned. It's barong time. On this ethereal node, this is a portal that'll take you into the arsenal, if you want to go. But we don't. We want to fight barong. Seems I'm going in solo. Let's see if I can leech credit by just spamming throw. Lol. Yeah, I think I probably can. Hit him a lot. I need to generate aggro so that I don't get silver. I like the tank war we got going on here. You know what? I don't feel like moving. I'm a paladin. I don't have to. Oh, crap. Guy hits kind of hard when he wants to. And down he goes. Did I do it? Did I medal? I did. Okay, cool. All I gotta do is main tank and I get credit. Can't do that on Scholar. Anyways, the next order of business would seem to be the Providence Watcher, the final boss of the zone. So we're gonna see if we can spawn that Chad. I don't think there's any doing this solo, but yeah. You could pull all of these and crush them out if you've got a healer. Me on my own, even with Bloodbath, I think I would eventually die by attrition. Alright, well, seems like we're going. Let's see if I can keep this Chad alive with Clementines. But honestly, it's not looking good. Uh-oh. Alright, I better main tank this. Crap, my cooldowns are in the wrong order. I'm so dead. Yeah, I'm screwed here. If I had Bloodbath up, I would have been fine. Where'd the buffalo come from? Well, this is about as scuffed as it gets. If I can get a dedicated healer, I can easily tank this. Let's give it a go. I'm feeling cocky. Wish I had gap close. That would make the pulls a little easier, huh? I think we got this. Uh-oh. No, I'm dead again. Yeah, I need a healer. I'm holding out for a healer. I think this party is full. I wish they would invite me, though. I think they're full. If they had another spot, it would be a lot better if we were in the same party. Oh, I didn't have my essence on. That probably would have helped, Alright, it seems like they're just running away. Let's just steal aggro, I think. Top 10 most scuffed Providence Watcher spawn parties? Oh, snap. The boss spawned. Well, that was pretty easy. The one nice thing about Hydatos is that the final boss here, this guy you're about to see, there is Providence Watcher. He watches the Providence. This guy is not tied to a weather condition. Every other final boss in the other 3 zones are tied to weather conditions, and so you can have several hours in a row where they're just unspawnable. Well, I guess that goes for Cassie and Pagos, but the final boss is Lohi, which is just tied to the nighttime, so it's more of an Animos and Pyros problem. But yeah, the fact that Providence Watcher isn't tied to a day-night cycle or a weather cycle is very nice. It's really easy to spawn it. And as with all previous zones, for the final step of the relic, you also need a boss drop. In this case, it is crystalline scales, which are in fact dropped by this gentleman. I think you only need about 5 per relic. I have 125 because getting crystals is a lot harder than getting crystalline scales. And so, yeah, I'm way overcapped on these. So, yeah, I don't need to kill this guy for scales at all. I just need the Hydatos crystal drops, but he does drop a lot of them. Alright, and we're pulling. Alright, time for some dives. Everybody always runs to the bridge on this one, but you really don't have to. You just have to be able to read simple safe spots. Easy. Ice and Levin is an in. I swear whoever's tanking this guy must be spamming Voke. How many throws do you think it's going to take for me to get top of the aggro board? I can't even get number 2. Oh crap, I'm dead. Probably shouldn't have stood in that. Maybe it'll be fine. Maybe it'll just be fine. I got stance on. I should be getting pretty good aggro gen, so fair chance I still metal on this. I've been doing damage. Hooray! 10 crystals. Oh yeah, this place is also a ton of poetics, so if you're working on the anima weapons still, this is a very easy way to constantly cap poetics. You usually will cap poetics within a lockout, no problem. Me, I don't need poetics anymore, so they've been overcapped for like a year, but pretty soon those are going to be getting dumped into Manderville relics, so I will be needing them again. But yeah, that's pretty much the breaks. It's a lot like every other Eureka zone. It just takes a lot longer. So I'm going to continue working at this. I'm only about 500 crystals away from being done. I will now attempt to make that happen. Alright, we got Cedo prepped. I joined a random party. Time to fight the big silly snake lady, also known as the cake snake. But you better look respectfully or you will die. Bam. Don't get got. Oh, caught him looking. Cake snake takes no prisoners. Oh, crap. Oh, no. Come on, kill her, kill her, kill her, kill her. Oh, thank goodness. Oh, man. I got scammed. Well, whatever. 9 Hydatos crystals. Can't complain about that. Oh, it's gonna be a long night. Let's get back to the grind. And get back to the grind I did. For several hours. For several days. Almost all of my time in Hydatos was done on stream over at the Twitch channel, which you should definitely go follow if you want to come along and see the journey live. Link in the description. But anyway, lovely weather here in Hydatos. But what's that? What's this right here on my screen? 4,200 Hydatos crystals. Oh my god. You know what that means, right? That's right. Gaze upon true power. This is the inventory tab of a Chad that has spent many hours grinding Eureka Hydatos. So we have 12 relics here, and I have as many crystals as I need to upgrade all 12 of them to the final level. Well, kind of. Technically, the max stage of the relic is Physios. It requires clearing the Baldessian arsenal. As you can see, I've got a Physios right here. But there's no achievement for it, so we're not worried about that just yet. We're worried about the final stage of the relics. Let's go ahead and start turning those in. It's time to talk to our boy, Geralt. Because as you know, every relic is 350 Hydatos crystals and 5 crystalline scales, of which I have so many. We'll take it from the top. We start with the axe. 50 crystals. This gives us a Hydatos battle axe, which is the same model as the previous one. But now it's +1, 100 more crystals. And now it's ugly. What the heck is that? I give you shamash. Consider it new and improved, idiot. I'm gonna shamash your kneecaps. And now, 100 more crystals, 5 scales. Let's max this Chad out. Now it glows. I gotta say, that is still pretty fugly as a battle axe. Hiya! And now your axe doubles as a flashlight. That's actually the dumbest thing I've ever heard. And as I've got it, shamash Eureka. 10 points. So let me go ahead and prep the rest of these and then we'll get them all turned in. Okay, I've got a handful of non-glowing relics. They all look pretty interesting, don't they? But let's see what the final products are. I'll show you the non-glowing versions after. Hook me up, Geralt. Oh yeah, look at that. That is Ziphius Eureka. Actually, that one was supposed to be a letter opener. Can I use it for alphabet soup? There's I've got it. Ziphius Eureka. 10 points. Time for our Dumuzis. Those are kinda cool. Looks about as dangerous as a bee sting. Well, I hope your pants are bee-proof. There's I've got it. Dumuzis Eureka. 10 points. Next up, Kasasagi. Kinda cool, I guess. They look a little bit bent. Why are they all swirly? I was drunk AF when I made them. Well, I'd have to be drunk AF to play ninja, so. And there's I've got it. Kasasagi Eureka. 10 points. Alright, on to the next one. Oh, wow. That is pretty cool for a katana. I think I quite like that. It's specifically designed for using chitin. What the heck is chitin? And there's I've got it. Torigashira Eureka. 10 points. Alright, draw. Give me the next one. Oh my god. Well, it's a bow, guys. It's a... Oh, man. I didn't try that hard on that one, because nobody plays Bard anyway. You got that right. There's I've got it. Circene Eureka. 10 points. Oh, snap. Not crazy about the discotheque glow, but the base model's pretty cool on this one. Maybe the non-glowing version might be worthwhile. Actually, that's a water gun, idiot. What are you trying to pull here? And there's I've got it. Molfrith Eureka. 10 points. Water gun. Water those. It's time to upgrade our Paikia. the department store for pies and pie accessories. This is a rather interesting black mage rod. The Pikeia Eureka. Hi-ya! Enjoy the glow stick, dummy. I'm gonna use this to commit arson. And there's I've got it. Pikeia Eureka. 10 points. That's my favorite hot dog store. What do you know? A book. Cool. Actually, it's just an old Playboy I had lying around. Cool. Can't wait to check out the articles. And there's I've got it. To a Eureka. 10 points. And there's our Brunello. That one's kind of nice. It actually doesn't look half bad. Hi-ya! It's basically just a shiny garbage poker. Well, I see some garbage to poke right in front of me. There's I've got it. Brunello Eureka. 10 points. What in the heck? I didn't expect it to be yellow. I think there's something to be said for this one. It's a rock on a stick. Glare 3, glare 3, glare 3, glare 3, glare 3, glare 3, glare 3. Then there's I've got it. Rose Couverte Eureka. 10 points. I don't know how to pronounce this crap. And of course, we had to get our Astro Relic sorted out. Don't know what to say about that one. It looks like a batarang. Hiya. Go fish, you old maid. I declare war. And there's I've got it. Alberio Eureka. 10 points. Oh my god. Look at that. All of our relics are done. Look at all these sexy Eureka Chads. And still 77 crystalline scales and a handful of crystals left over to spare. There's practically enough here to start another relic, but I don't know why I would do that when I'm already done with all those relics. Get these out of my inventory. Okay, bye. Good golly, Miss Molly, I can't believe Eureka is done. Let's head out. I will very, very quickly show you the Scholar and Paladin weapons, since I already did those ones. Actually, I've got the Paladin ones right here. Well, this is the Physios stage, so the glow would be a different color on the base version, but this is the Antia and the Bellerophon. Yeah, same model, same glow, just different color. Or maybe the color is not different? Yeah, no, the glow looks the same. I thought the glow changed colors, maybe it doesn't. And here's the Scholar book, the Jabot Eureka. It's notoriously the largest book model in the game, I believe. The thing is massive. But yeah, we'll take a quick look at all of the non-glowing versions of these, and then comes the task of cleaning out my inventory. Holy crap. I can't wait to get this page of inventory back. But I think you know what that's gonna require. Alright, well, color me annoyed. I was hoping that if I relogged, it would update the lodestone so that my LOL Achievements rankings would also update. But it didn't happen. And I'm pretty sure the LOL Achievements rankings update at midnight, which means I'm not gonna know what my final position is until after this video comes out. I suppose that's kind of my fault for, doing everything at the last minute. But anyway, like I said, I want to show you guys all of the non-glowing versions of the relics, and then we'll go ahead and work on getting some of these lockboxes open. So here's our Paladin sword. It's atrocious. There's our warrior axe. It's kind of like a butterfly wing. I don't know. I feel like that's one of the uglier warrior axes, to be honest. The Dark Knight sword actually lights up and glows. It's got like a pulse, even in the one that doesn't glow. So that's actually really cool. Here's our monk weapon. This one actually looks better with the glow. This is the samurai sword. I kind of like this. I think I'll probably use this as my samurai glam. Oh, these are all dyeable, by the way. Let's see. There it is in pure white, so you can kind of see which part changes color, and in hot pink. I kind of like this. This is it's a very anime looking sword, but it doesn't look like a katana at all. I love unconventional weapons, so anytime I have a samurai sword that's not a katana, I'm always inclined toward those. This looks like the main character's sword. Here's our ninja stabbers. Not a fan of the curved blades. It's like a crease, but uglier. The barred bow, I don't think there's any saving. I really don't know what the theme is with this. It's just hideous. Here's the handgun. It's a little bit more elaborate than I prefer, but I think it looks pretty cool. 10 out of 10 would shoot cat boys with this gun. Oh, and here is the non-glowing shield. It's actually a pretty cool shield, and you could dye it blue, and it's kind of like a Hyrule shield a little bit. Yeah, I hate most of the shields in this game, but this one is actually rather nice. I have to appreciate a good shield when I see one. This is a nice kite shield. All right, let's go through our magic weapons right quick. So there is the Black Mage Rod. This is another one that looks better when it glows. The Summoner book is, of course, just a book. It does have lights on it, but yeah, it almost feels moth-esque in a weird way. The Red Mage Sword is pretty cool. Honestly, I feel like the Red Mage weapons from Eureka have been the most consistent. Almost all of them are good. It didn't have any misses for me. I still think the Pyro Step was better. Oh wait, no, the Pyro Step is this one. This one's pretty cool, though. Which one am I thinking of? That? I might be confusing this for a Shadowbringer's relic. Anyway, where were we? Here's the non-glowing version of the White Mage Rod. The stone on top still lights up. It's kind of nice, a little bit simplistic, but I actually prefer simplistic personally. The Jabot, still obviously massive. Go figure, scholars would have a book that's bigger than most Paladin shields. I don't think Paladin has a single shield as big as this book. Come on, Square, make it happen. I just want a tower shield. Okay, and here is our Astrologian Orb. This is another one where I feel like the glow kind of does improve it, but I think that's just because I find Astro weapons kind of weird and bland, and since it's just a big spinning orb of moving parts, the glow kind of obscures a lot of the details, and in some way that makes it better. When it looks like a swirling ball of magic like that, yeah, it seems less dumb. But anyways, yeah, that's for all of your glamoring purposes. Now, there's a couple of orders of business before I start opening the 4,000 lockboxes that I got from Hydatos. That's right, I have over 4,000 lockboxes from Hydatos. It's the one zone in Eureka where you actually get basically as many lockboxes as crystals. It's ridiculous. So, I will be adding all of these relics to my large collection on one of my retainers. I really wish they would add some kind of storage system for relics. I feel too sentimental about the completed versions. I know that you can get replicas at any time, but it's not the same. I want to store the original relic, not a replica. Like this here Dark Knight sword cost me like 10 hours of my life in Hydatos, okay? I don't want to throw it away. But something we also got a lot of were logograms. I think I explained these in the last video about Eureka. I'm not going to go over it again, but basically they give you your lost actions. But I have enough actions in Eureka for a lifetime. I have so many more than I'll probably ever need. So all these extra logograms in my inventory right now are just spare. Some of these hold a decent amount of value. These inimicals are shockingly expensive. I'd have thought these were worthless. Yeah, these are going for like 4 grand right now in my world. That's like 800k. Yeah, my obscures are worth 800k. My offensives are about 100k. My conceptuals are about 700k. Tacticals are worthless. Fundamentals, 200 grand. And these mitigatives are about 300 grand. So basically, what I'm looking at in my inventory right now is about 3 million gill worth of logograms. We'll just round up to 3 mil and call it even there. I don't feel like doing actual math. Chances are the prices on these are going to dip anyway, so they won't even likely sell for that. But I'm going to slam a bunch of these on the market board just to get them out of my inventory. Hopefully, they will eventually sell. Alright, cool. Well, alright, let's do this thing. We're going to start, of course, with our moisture warped lockboxes. These are the special ones that drop from mutated enemies. Usually, that's supposed to mean that they have better loot in them. I didn't specifically try to get these, I just got these ones from normal farming, so I only have 25. Let's see what they do. Logograms. Oh man, I just got rid of all those. Oh no. Yeah, seems like these are crap so far. It's just potions and logos. I don't know what I expected, to be honest, but platinum piece, can't complain about that. Why is it only tacticals? Oh, we got a fist bump emote. Charlian Aether Oil? Unsellable. I don't remember what this is for, but I think it's just for Eureka stuff. I don't think it's anything special. Another platinum and another potion. Yeah, that sucked. I guess we should go price check this. Oops, you're not the Aether, right? Okay, so fist bump is worthless. That's impressively worthless. I thought it would be more than that, but yeah, 10 grand is bad. Tactical logos are, oh man, worthless. So the only thing of value that I got was the 2 platinum pieces. Talk about depressing. So yeah, that's the moisture warped boxes, but I didn't really know what to expect out of those. At least they are now out of the way. So now let's dig into the regular lock boxes, of which again I have 4,000. I'm not sure exactly what's in the Hydatos boxes as compared to the previous zones. So let's just go ahead and click through a few, see what we get. Obviously there's gonna be a ton of materia. That's pretty normal. We got potion ingredients. I've got to assume there's at least something interesting in these boxes. All the previous zones had, like, you know, glams, furniture. There must be something more than just materia in the Hydatos boxes. Yeah, I don't know, Chads. I mean, We're 50 boxes in, and it's just like actual junk. Are these really the worst lock boxes yet? There's absolutely nothing good in here. It's just materia. It's like all the junk items from the other lock boxes with none of the treasure. Well, this is gonna be a very underwhelming unboxing. See, I feel like I have to keep going until I get something rare, but I don't honestly know if there's anything rare in these. And it's really looking like there might not be. We're already over 100 deep and we got nothing. The bright side is almost everything in these is stackable, so at least if I have to sit here and suffer through opening 4,000, I'm not gonna have to constantly dump my inventory. I might be able to do them all in one inventory if this is all that's inside. That is definitely a letdown, I have to admit. Seeing as how there are 4,000 of these, I was hoping that there was at least one interesting item in them that I would have to look forward to, but yeah. I don't know, guys. Alright, well, anyway, I'm gonna stand here and spam this for probably 20 minutes. I guess I'll jump cut to either the end of the stack or something interesting showing up, whichever happens first. Alright, I've crunched a few of these boxes, almost 1,000. I did get a couple of items, mostly the same ones over and over again, so I feel like it would be a good time to go and just see if they hold any actual value, although I do assume that they probably don't. So we got a Hydatos staff, that's worth 1 grand. It's just a glamour item, looks like this. It's pretty cool. It's mostly an FF11 reference, but yeah, rather swaggy. Unfortunately, rather worthless. We've got a treehouse that is worth even less than that, so that's just junk. And then this Yukinko snowflake minion. It's worth a couple grand. So I mean, not terrible, but considering I got 1 out of 700 boxes, that seems like bad odds. Nevertheless, we shall continue. Alright, I'm about halfway through. Got a couple of interesting items, but I wanted to sell off some junk right quick. Yeah, if there's anything positive I can say about these boxes so far, it's just that there's very few unstackables, so having opened 2,000, I still haven't filled my inventory. That's kind of nice. But yeah, the Hydatos staffs and the tree houses gotta go. They're worthless. Let's get them out of here. God, there's just so many. And I really wanted to check and see. I got all these Paisa chronometers. I assume they're also worthless, but let's find out. Yeah, they're worthless. Cool. I've been getting a lot of these musics. I don't know what song this is. It's also worthless. Alright, I looked it up. It is the song that plays inside Baldessian Arsenal. So yeah, there are in fact a handful of rare items inside of the Hydatos lockboxes, but none of them are worth any money. So that's a little bit disappointing. But anyway, back to the grind. Alright, here we are. The last 100 Hydatos lockboxes forever. The last Eureka lockboxes I will ever have to open. Let's bowl through them. Dude, this has been taking a while, I'll have you know. And my hands are very tired of mashing this button. Holy crap. 4,000 times I've had to press this key. The only question is, has it all been worth it? And well, I'm about to tally everything up and then we'll find that out. Let's see. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. And now the final lockbox, 1. Pago Sage. That's the best kind of sage. Alright, sell off the crap. These tree houses gotta go. Tree houses and Hydatos staffs are no friends of mine. But did we earn a ton of money? Well, let's find that out. So, first things first, I'm throwing the materia in the garbage. And by that, I of course mean I am going to sell it. But don't worry, I will tally up the value, because it's interesting. It comes out to a total of 151,338 gill for the materia. As for all of the money items, the platinum is obviously 970 grand, just shy of $1 mil. We've got 875 grand in demi materia 3s, 234 grand in demi materia 2s, and 53,400 gill in demi materia 1s. That's going to be the bulk of what we earned in money from Hydatos. I did also get a single boss drop while I was there, which is this Goldamar horn. It is a current value of about 4 mil. Pretty consistently as well, so that's not half bad. Now, I did do quite a few bunny treasure hunts while I was in Hydatos. Those do print a decent amount of raw gill. Every gold coffer is 100,000, silver coffers are 25,000, bronzes are 10. But I didn't keep track of how many of those I actually farmed, and so I have no idea how much money I made off of those. I would wager upward of $1 mil though. I had quite a few gold coffers, and I did a lot of those. But yeah, I can't really estimate, so we'll just neglect that. But just know that I did make quite a bit of money off of bunnies. So anyways, assuming these are the values values of all of our items, how much did I earn from Hydatos, potentially? Well, I've done the math, and the total comes out to 9,283,738 gill. And if we assume I made the rest in raw gill from bunny treasure hunting, we can round that up to a clean 10 mil. Not a terrible chunk of change, all things considered, but I did spend upward of 100 hours in Hydatos, so this is not exactly a very efficient money-making method. I wouldn't use Hydatos to make money. It's really just kind of nice that I got paid a little bit along the way for my trouble. Although if you do want to make money in Eureka, typically Baldessian Arsenal runs are going to be the best way to do that. That place churns out tons of cash. That or, just farming bunny treasures. But anyway, now that we know what we got from Hydatos specifically, I think it might be fun to tally up some Eureka totals. I've been hoarding all of this demi materia, and I'm curious to know the value of it. I think I'll save a minimal amount of some of these items just for weekly Doma turn-ins, but probably just like one stack of the plat pieces, honestly. I don't want to have too much of this junk lying around. But let's go ahead and do some quick math, shall we? This is raw gill profits from all lockboxes, all the way from Animos through Hydatos. Right, so I quickly did the math, and this stash of demi materia and platinum pieces comes out to a total of 4,663,200 gill. That is for every zone of Eureka and nearly 10,000 lockboxes. Honestly, not a terrible haul. I did sell a negligible amount of these off to Domain Restoration over the course of my tenure, but we're talking about like maybe once or twice hitting the 40,000 weekly cap there, so not an amount that would make a difference on these final numbers, really. A rounding error, if you will. But now here comes the fun part, right? Since I'm finally done with Eureka and I have all these items that can be cashed in for raw gill, you might have noticed something. Down here in the bottom right of my screen, I am sitting at 99.7 million gill. I am about to hit my first 100 mil ever. I've always been averse to taking handouts, freebies, and whatnot. This is all money that I earned on my own back. I've been playing for 3 years. It took a long time to get here, but almost all of this coin was farmed from achievement hunting. I've had a few lucky drops, but for the most part, I worked pretty hard for it. So let's cash in all this junk demi materia, get it on out of my inventory, and oh my god, this next stack is gonna put me over the line. Gamers, watch this. Bam! That is 100 million gill. The funny thing is, probably about half of that was earned from Bosnia. It was pretty shocking how much money I actually earned in Bosnia. I got really lucky with the drops. Having the 2 Delibram mounts drop made up a huge percentage of all of my income. But yeah, Bosnia churned money for me like crazy. Eureka is also decent money, but it hasn't been on the scale that Bosnia was. But yeah, achievement hunting is a pretty tried and true way to earn a decent amount of gill. Just playing the game at all generally will earn you quite a bit of money, and so playing to the extent that I do for the amount of achievements that I try to get means that I'm always slowly gaining cash. It's just kind of crazy because for a long time I floated around 20-30 mil and it felt like I would never get this far, but here we are, cleaning up grinds, finishing relics left and right, and over 100 mil in raw coin. Oh my god, look at this. It's too easy. Look at that. Each stack is worth 500k. So like I said, I'll probably hold on to a few of these platinum pieces to turn into Doma, but I don't know. I might be even too lazy for that. Realistically, 40 grand a week from Doma, 20 grand in raw profits is not worth the hassle of having to go back there. So I might just cut the loss on that so that I don't have to stress about it. Let's see, 20,000 times 52, that would be 1 million gill in profit over a year. Yeah, I don't really get out of bed for 1 million gill. Let's just go ahead and get that out of our inventory. That's a pretty crazy screen to look at, isn't it? Well, there you have it. I think that's pretty much gonna do it for me, guys. I've, finished all of the Eureka relics. My goodness, it feels good to be done with them. I know it's a bit late in the video, but if you watched this far, let me know below which relic was your favorite. Which one do you think looked the best and was all around the coolest? I was pretty impressed with the Dark Knight sword. The Paladin shield, I think, is a sleeper hit. I would say the Samurai sword is probably my overall favorite, but I also appreciate the robust simplicity of the White Mage staff. So a lot of good options there for glam. If you're you're willing to sink the time into obtaining them. I think some of those will probably work their way into my glamour plates in the future. But it's getting to be about that time. Let's go ahead and roll the outro. I have much sleep to get. Welcome to the outro. After turning in the last step of all my Eureka relics, I gained 12 shiny new achievements for a total of 120 points. My LOL achievement score is now up to 17,230 and my server rank is currently sitting at 119. Follow the stream on Twitch if you want to watch the grind live, but otherwise I have to get back to it. I'm glad I was able to knock out Eureka and Bosnia since we've got a new exploratory zone being added in the Dawntrail patches. So I'll be anticipating that and dreading inevitably amassing all new piles of lockboxes. 1 like equals 1 lockbox. Okay, bye.